Hi, this is Gary Chalk, and you're listening to the Geekcast Radio Network.
Hey, it's Mistress Carrey, and you are listening to Studio 2009.
What's that?
I forgot that I don't know how the hell I forgot I took notes, but I took notes. I always take notes, but like literally I open the script and I'm like, oh shit, did I take any notes? I scroll down, I'm like, okay, there's a page and a half. Okay, good, I took notes. Yay. Completely forgot.
Sherbert! Oh, hello. Don't panic. This is only a drill.
There is nothing wrong with your podcast player. Do not attempt to adjust the volume. Hello and welcome back to Studio 2009, only on the Geekcast Radio Network. I'm, of course, TFG1Mike. Joining me once again is Steve Megatron. How the hell have you been?
Good.
That's good. Technically, it's been a week since people would have heard us do Sonic the Hedgehog 1, but it's been, in real life, it's been a while since we did this.
Yes.
So, we are here tonight to do the part 2 of 3 for Sonic. The Sonic triple feature that we're doing, all that good stuff. Sonic Triple Threat. Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Oh boy. Did not see this in theaters. Did you see this in when did this come out? This came out in 22, August 19th of 22.
Sadly, I have not seen any of the
Sonic films in theaters.
Yeah, I haven't seen any movies in theaters since the last Terminator movie.
Dark Fate. Oh
yeah.
Boy. Yeah.
Last one with Arnold. That's the last movie I saw in theater. Well, I think I saw a family movie with the kids and my wife, but it was like a year later, so it really wasn't. I haven't seen anything really since 2022 in theater.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it just I don't know. It just doesn't seem, and hey, I could be wrong about this, but it just doesn't seem like, at least for us, going to the theater like matters anymore. I know it matters to a lot of other people.
And I'll have opinions on that later on too, I'm sure. But the whole thing about the theater for me anymore is it's an inconvenience. It's not that I wouldn't like to see the things in the giant screen and the surround and have the nice popcorn bucket with all of the stuff. Like I don't have physical time. Yeah. Like I get out of work, I get home, I hang out with the family. I don't really have the time, and I really don't. I get home, and I don't want to go anywhere.
Exactly, so, we old.
Well, it's not even old. I don't want to deal with people after I've been at work all day. Like, I kind of want to go home. I want to unwind. I'll be with my family. They go to bed, and then I'm going to watch something entertaining. I'm going to have fun with it. I don't want the distraction of other people. I can put headphones in. I can watch it on a TV. I don't even watch on my television 99% of the time. Like, my television is like a 50-inch LED television, mounted to my wall in my living room. You would think I would watch it more often, but it gets turned on like twice a month. And we might watch a movie together or watch like Lego Master or Shark Tank or something as a family or whatnot. But it really doesn't get turned on. The most I watch things on are my phone or my laptop. And then if I'm really adventurous, I'll have something on my third monitor on my computer and be watching that while I'm playing a game on another screen.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not that I dislike the movie theater. It's just, it just doesn't jive with my current state of life. Like when Mary and I know this is like a far off tangent from Sonic, but
cool.
When we were younger, we used to go to the theater all the time before kids. And then after kids, it was kind of sporadic. And then we just really honestly decided that it really didn't matter. Plus, there were a lot of movies that we went and saw and we're like, it kind of sucked. I mean, it really wasn't worth, however much we paid in ticket price. Yeah. They were like, at most, it was like $10 a person where we were from. And so, like, honestly, it really didn't matter to us. And so we opted not to really do that anymore. And so the movies come out fast enough on streaming.
Mm-hmm.
I can see it. Or if I get them for review, then I'll see it. If, somebody provides a Jack Sparrow method, then there's that too. So, I mean, it honestly, like, if they were like, for $15, you can rent the movie while it's in theater, watch it at home.
Mm-hmm.
I would be 100% down.
Yeah.
But not every film does that. And
not every film, no. But a lot of the ones that we end up wanting to see, whether we podcast about them or not, ever since 2020, most of them come to streaming, or most of them come to things like Fandango at home or something early. To like right now, you can buy Sonic 3 and it's still in theaters. It isn't on Paramount Plus yet, but I read somewhere online that it's supposed to be there sometime this month in February or next month in March. And Sonic 3 came out the end of last year. Like you said, the theatrical release date to digital online non-YAR release date.
Non-YAR business.
Yeah, non-YAR business, YAR. It's getting faster and faster, and honestly, I love the thing of having the option. Granted, you're paying $20. Like I said, right now I can go on to Fandango if I wanted to, and I could purchase Sonic 3 for $20. Like, that to me is better than, and the reason why I said earlier, $75 to go to the movies. You count the ticket price, you count the soda, the popcorn, the Raisinets. It all adds up. Unfortunately, and you're a family of 4, so $40 for tickets. If the tickets are $10 a piece, granted the kids probably get them like $5 or whatever. But the point is it is still very expensive for an experience.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if they're going to do something special, like if they were going to have in Denver or wherever that's closest to you out there in Colorado, if they were going to have, Dr. Robotnik and his grandfather, which I know they can't do this, but if they were going to have them pop out of the screen and Jim Carrey have an appearance or something, like, I could see paying for that, but and I used to defend matinee, just, going 10 a.m., but even then, the matinee price, it's like, nah, I don't think so. But Sonic 2, and this is what I love about this franchise, is that the Sonic franchise has gotten to the point where movies, at least these 3 movies so far, every 2 years. There isn't a 5-year gap, there isn't a 10-year gap, there isn't a, no, they're capitalizing on the popularity of it. They're capitalizing on how awesome the first and second film were. And then 2020 for the first film, 2022 for the second, and 2024 for the third. Every 2 years you get a Sonic movie. As long as they continue to do, and I'm pretty sure it's already been announced that Sonic 4 is going to come at some point. Probably 2026, probably next year, maybe 2027, who knows. But I took a screenshot of the Sonic films from Fandango at home from the website, and I'm just looking at the dates, and I'm like, yeah, every 2 years, that's just enough time between each one. Whether you see it in theaters or whether you see it at home, I think 2 years between franchise films is more than enough time to, hey, I kind of want to see what's going on next with that kind of thing. So yeah, like I said, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 came out in 2022. Directed by Jeff Fowler, story by Pat Casey and Josh Miller. Based on the Sega video game Sonic the Hedgehog, starring James Marsden, Ben Schwartz, Kika Sumter, Colleen O'Shaughnessy, Idris Elba, and Jim Carrey. I don't understand why they have Jim's name listed last on Wikipedia, but whatever, in the sidebar here. Budget was between 90 and 110 million, and it made $405.4 million. So it made its money back. And this one picks up 8 months after the first film. And the funny thing is, when we went to watch these, because we were originally going to record the first two movies together, my internet is weird and wonky and stupid sometimes. Some websites load, some don't. When I went to watch this on Paramount Plus, it loaded this first. It did not. I was trying to watch the first film, and the first film's like, nope. It's like, trying to get an old Chevy to start the wrong way or something, and
Like Speed Buggy.
Pretty much, yeah.
The cartoon, yeah.
Yeah. And next thing I know, I see Robotnik with the words 8 months later, and he's on this weird-ass mushroom planet, and I'm like, wait a minute, what the hell? Oh, it loaded Sonic 2 when I wanted to watch Sonic 1. And my first thought with the mushroom planet is, where's Mario? That was my first thought when I saw a stupid mushroom planet. So Robotnik's on this mushroom planet. He's living his best mushroom life with all of his Mushroom Kingdom friends. Knuckles ends up... So Robotnik tries to escape and Knuckles helps him, but how does Knuckles get there? I forget.
He has the rings too.
Okay, yeah, gotcha. Yeah. And then they go back and they attack Sonic, and Robotnik returns to Earth for revenge on Sonic. And this one, they're looking for the Master Emerald, which, I'll say this, for this video game franchise, they have dialed everything in. This isn't 1993. This isn't Mario with boots for him to fly. They've done this right. A lot of video game movies historically don't do the games correct. Like, they don't do them justice whatsoever. This franchise, they know what the hell they're doing.
Well, and it all started with them fixing the utter garbage.
Yeah.
That was the original Sonic design. And by doing that, they made a masterpiece.
Yep.
I love how each film, though, Robotnik evolves in his appearance. So the first one, he has hair, and he's got more of the, he's got the villainous mustache, but it's not blown out.
Not yet.
Like it becomes. And then he gets the goggles, and he's bald. And the suit. And then, the third one, he becomes bigger and then even more unhinged. So, I mean, I love every aspect that they're drawing into this series.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's great because it gives people that work on this franchise a fun thing to work on. It's not just, oh, hey, I gotta go to work, and I gotta say these lines, and I gotta do this, and I gotta do that, and I really don't want to be here. No, you can tell everybody is enjoying this. The actors, the producers, everybody that talks about these three films, it's a joy to work on, and it's a work of art. And it's great. It's very, very fun. And me and my bullet point notes, oh, hello, this is only a drill. Oh, God. The Ferris Bueller room with the voice effects on the cassette. That was hilarious. Parents are away, the kid and dog play. So part of this is Tom and what's her name? God, what is his wife's name? I can't think of it off the top of my head. Tom and Maddie, that's what it is. They go off to Hawaii because her sister is getting married to, I don't know, somebody. So they go off to a Hawaii wedding, and Tails ends up showing up, and I thought this was great. Like, I am, as soon as I saw that logo, I think it was one of the first trailers. As soon as I saw that, I'm like, oh, good, we're getting Tails in Sonic 2. Because that's what happened in the Tails debuted in Sonic the Hedgehog 2. So I thought that was really, really cool and fun. Tails looks and sounds amazing. I like, as the film progresses, Tails is like, being weird isn't so bad. My response to that was, being weird needs to be normalized. The Sonic music, the theme song, is Tom's ringtone. He does do the gotta go fast thing. He does say that. I'm still waiting. Still waiting for a chili dog line. I don't think we've gotten it yet.
I really hope. I was hoping that would have come in. There were a couple opportunities for it.
Yeah.
No, he did do it. He did eat a chili dog, though.
Yes, he did eat one.
When he was Supersonic.
Yeah, when he was Supersonic. He just didn't say, I want a chili dog and I gotta go fast. Like, it wasn't just, it is what it is. But no, it's fine. Again, at the end of the day, whatever. It was just fun.
I don't think I've had this much fun with a video game movie or a kids movie in ages.
Yeah.
Like this whole trilogy here.
Mm-hmm.
I can legitimately watch them and not be bored. It's especially for being a live action and that kind of aspect.
Mm-hmm.
I like the actors. I like who they chose for everything. I like the CGI work.
Yeah,
they've clearly put a lot of effort into this. Like between Sega and Paramount Pictures, like this to me is like the gold standard of video game movies.
At this point, yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I liked the Mario Brothers movie.
Oh yeah, but I
did not like. Well, but I didn't love the voice cast. Here, I don't care if they hold true to the originals or not. But they have that similar tone to where they fit the character.
Yeah.
And to me, that matters more than trying to get like a duplicate of, past actors who have played the character. Like, yes, they've got their own spin on it, which is good. But same token, we're getting this like original live action series, and I've had a lot of fun with it. I think that Jim Carrey is like he's peak 90s again.
Oh yes, very.
Like this is so up his alley, and I think he needed something like this that was just straight like bonkers but fun.
So there's a clip on Insta, a reel or something on Instagram. I forget where. It's from one of the press things, but I keep seeing it pop up in reels on Instagram where he says, I asked for a kick-ass franchise, they gave me Sonic. Like, we all know he kind of retired after whichever.
I think he was bored. To be honest, like I think that was the majority of the issue was he was bored, and this brought the fun.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So Colleen O'Shaughnessy, butcher her name. Colleen O'Shaughnessy is the voice of Tails. Now, she voiced Tails in Sonic Boom, the cartoon. That's where this comes from. And because Tails really, he had a voice, but he didn't have a voice. Like, I don't know. they've had other people.
Well, there's been animation too, so
yeah. Tails, which I forget who pointed this out to me, but Miles Tails Prower. It's miles per hour, so miles per hour, even though it's spelled Prower, Prower.
Oh, I've never caught that before.
Yeah, somebody pointed it out. I saw it I was like, oh, miles per hour, interesting. Yeah, he has numerous voices. Folks, if you see the word English on Wikipedia, don't click on it because it just takes you to the English language. Tails has had since 1993. He's had various English voice actors. Christopher Stephen Welch did him in Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, the 93 cartoon, like you mentioned. Chris Turner did him in Sonic Christmas Blast. The Sat AM voice actor was Bradley Pierce. And then Lainey Frazier did him in 99. And Colleen O'Shaughnessy has been doing him for the last 11 years. Technically 10, since Sonic 3 came out last year, but 2014 to 2024, 2014 to present, she's been doing the voice. And yeah, I mean, it just works. It really just works. Sounded just like, like we know Tails to sound like, and it's just so fun. Like we said, it's one of those things where you needed something fun, whether it was a video game movie or not, but you needed something fun. This is fun. Like Sonic 2, I was like, okay, they're going to add Knuckles, they're going to have Dr. I love how they worked in every time Sonic wants to egg him on, okay, Dr. Eggman, like, they worked in the Eggman bit. Oh, boy. And then, yeah, the cast, the live-action cast, you got, like we said, Jim Carrey, and you're right. This is him playing Robotnik it's like, it's kind of like, what if Ace, the Mask, and Lloyd had a baby? Not really, but it's those three things.
I know what you're getting at. Like he's playing all of these different styles.
Yeah, but he's playing it as the Robotnik character, and he's giving the Robotnik... Like, the Robotnik character, to me, is... I mean, in the games, he kind of doesn't do much. He's just kind of there. You kind of... you Sonic Ball his little machinery things. In some of the cartoons, he's pretty animated. No pun intended. But this just... it just takes it to a whole new level because it's Jim getting to be creative to work. And as you said, each film, he's evolving the character. Things are changing. And by the third film, man's got so much work to do because he's playing a dual role with himself and Grandpa Robotnik, Gerald. And part of that clip I mentioned... he's like, oh, in the third one, they have me doing two roles. And he's like, but they're not paying me double.
I mean, he volunteered.
Okay, yes, but yeah, that's very true. As we said in the first film with James Marsden, I won't repeat this too much since we already talked about it, but James Marsden, the last time I saw James Marsden in anything was X-Men, in the X-Men movies as Cyclops. Not saying that he hasn't done other things. I'm just saying that is what I knew him from. And then, yeah, you got Shemar Moore as Randall Handel, Rachel's fiance in this. You got Adam Pally as Wade Whipple, the deputy sheriff of Green. Oh God, that guy. Ugh. I'm talking about a disliked character. The less of Wade we get, the better for me. That guy was annoying as hell. Beginning, middle, and end. The story flows very well. It makes sense. There isn't anything in Sonic 2 that goes out of what the universe is. It flows. It just works. And
it's kind of fitting with Sonic and Knuckles.
Mm-hmm.
The game.
Yep.
Because we had the element where Knuckles is helping Robotnik.
Yes.
And it's interesting because he, his concern is the Chaos Emerald, and of course, Robotnik's gonna pull a fast one, but he gets Knuckles fighting Sonic for him.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So, but that I feel like is where the Mushroom Planet comes in.
That's true.
Because I've played the game. I hate that level. But
so it's from the Sonic and Knuckles game. Okay, that's why I don't know it. Because
yes.
I kind of stopped at Sonic.
I've played it, and it sucks. You can bounce off the mushrooms and things like that. So anyways, this Mushroom Planet, one, it's funny because Robotnik has a Rube Goldberg machine that he's basically built out of mushrooms. And I also find it funny that it's exactly 243 days that he's been marooned on that planet. And Lieutenant Stone is a stone. Or not Lieutenant Stone, but
yeah.
His henchman.
I know. Agent Stone, that's what it is.
Agent Stone. Lieutenant Stone is G.I. Joe Extreme. But yeah, it's funny, and then all the egg stuff is really kind of coming full features into it. I love that we get, Robotnik with his giant Robotnik machine powered by the Chaos Emerald.
Yep.
At the end.
Yeah.
And each one of these films, they've pulled, in the first film, him, Robotnik being in the little, the
machine
mechanized cart thing is the thing that Sonic jumps on repeatedly in the games anyway.
Yep. And
then we started getting these big bads of like, oh, he's in a giant, a giant robot. Oh, he's in a giant planet destroyer, and it's pulling from all the different games, which is cool. And then I don't know, it's just there's a lot of fun in all of these. I would like to know how they said that Robotnik survived.
Yeah.
The second film, although one could argue that it could possibly because of the chaos energy.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one thing I want to know too.
And they're going to figure out some way of having Robotnik live in the next one.
Yeah, which
will be interesting because I think they'll just gloss over it because that's kind of what happens. You look at the Joker in the animated series. Technically he dies every time, but he isn't dead. So it's kind of that, suspension of disbelief. Oh, he's an evil genius. He lived.
Remember, folks, the Joker isn't dead until Batman fries the microchip.
Well, not only that, but until Robin puts his lights out.
True. But technically in DCAU,
I know.
It's Terry. But yeah, no, absolutely. And I I got to do more research on some of the other games because you know more about the games here than I do. Because, like I said, I stopped playing at Sonic 2. But it's one, and I did watch somebody this a while ago. I did watch, and I do remember playing Shadow the Hedge. I remember playing the Shadow the Hedgehog game at the time when it came out, but that was a long time ago. So I know who Shadow is and everything else and all that, but it's one of those things where these movies have gotten to the point where, as we've said, they introduce a new thing each one. Like that first movie is very much sort of the first game. Kind of. Obviously, it's a little different. They do things a little differently. Fine, whatever. The second one, same thing. They're going after the Master Emerald and all this and all that. And that's, kind of the thing about the second game is they're trying to reestablish the Emerald, so I like that. I haven't even really looked at the third one's plot because I kind of want to be surprised when I actually watch the movie when we get to doing it in the next episode of the podcast. I mean, the only thing in the third one I've seen is every single Keanu Reeves clip that they've ever done. Whether it's him talking about Shadow, or whether it's him just voicing Shadow, I've seen all the Keanu clips at this point. And all they did was mention him in the first movie, and by the third one, bam, he's there. And it works. So, these are just fun for everyone. These films are for all three of them, even though, like I said, I haven't seen the third one yet, but so far with these first two, these are for anyone can watch these movies and have fun. And that's what movies should be.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yep. That's what movies should be. Yeah, I was surprised that they pulled the supersonic here, but I understand why they had to do it. I don't dislike it, but it was just like, oh, hey, they're gonna do it now. Cool, because it's basically setting up for when they have to use it later. I'm sure they use it in the third movie. And yeah, I just so fun. And Robotnik still wants to have AI and machines replace everything. Like, that's still his ultimate world takeover goal kind of thing. And Tom and Maddie and Sonic and Tails and now Knuckles. I like introducing Knuckles, and I think Idris Elba did a really good job voicing the character, because not only does he bring the seriousness of Knuckles, but the comedy too. I wasn't expecting Knuckles to be as funny as he is.
Oh no, for sure. Like, I did not expect that at all. And he's pleasantly entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Absolutely.
is awesome. Like, I was like, I don't know. Like, I mean, I kind of gave it a shot anyway, because I don't have the big catalog of all these different Sonic characters as far as animation outside of like the Sat AM and the Cartoon Express on USA. I've not watched any of the other animation. I watched Sonic Prime on Netflix, and that was good. But beyond that, I had no frame of reference for any of the characters' voices. So honestly, I was fine with all of these choices, and I can't imagine somebody else playing them now. Any of them?
Nope. I mean, at first, when we were first going to do this triple shot here that we're doing, my first thought was, I really want Jaleel back, but I understand. And I like Ben Schwartz doing it. I think he does a perfect job of embodying this character of Sonic. And like we've already said, this episode and the last episode about the design, thankfully they changed it and all that, which works out well, because that means that Ben's voice actually fits the character more with the design that we all know and love. Because, if they hadn't changed that design, folks, I'm pretty sure we wouldn't be doing these movies, no matter how good or bad.
Oh, for sure.
Because
I don't see us reviewing these had they screwed it up. They would have bombed hardcore, like dead. DOA, dead on arrival.
Yep. All right, so this film, did the film keep your interest throughout on Sonic 2?
Yes.
Absolutely love it. And I love how like you have Sonic and Tails and Knuckles versus Robotnik, and like you already mentioned about how Knuckles does kind of start out quote unquote evil, and then he goes to the good side, which is obviously how that happened in the games too. But I like how it's also Tom versus Robotnik in certain things. I just like how these Sonic movies to me feel like if we got Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and then we got 2 sequels to Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Like if Who Framed Roger Rabbit,
except that movie, I did not love at all. I did not like that movie.
You crazy?
I ain't crazy. That's just a crappy movie. That's why they made one.
Okay.
I'm gonna say it.
Moving on.
I broke Mike.
Yes, we are itching to watch the next film now, which we will be doing to do the next episode of the podcast. Yes, we will be recommending this film franchise to people. 0 to 5 with half points. What are you going to give Sonic 2?
I'll go ahead and give it a 4.5. I really enjoyed it. I mean, there were a couple aspects I didn't really care for, but I mean, on a whole, I really liked the film.
Well, what didn't you care for? I'm not trying to change your grade. I'm just curious.
No. It's, well, one, I don't feel like it deserves a perfect score, but it's more so like Donut Lord's sister and brother-in-law.
Yeah.
Their aspect in like the party stuff, like I was kind of like, I really wanted to fast forward through that. Like the rest of the film, like I was happier in how they gave Tom and his wife their role in the third film.
Okay.
As opposed to like the whole thing that went on here. Like I didn't dislike them, but it was
It's the situation.
And then the whole goose chase to get the emerald.
Well, I mean,
it's like I said, more so it's the in-laws that drove me nuts.
Yeah. Well, you know, the in-laws are outlaws, and the fact that whole thing was a setup to capture Sonic, like, oh god, yeah, no, I agree with you. And no, I was not going to give this a perfect score at all. I was just curious what the negatives were for you, because yeah, I'm right there with you. Like, I could do without. I hope we don't see the sister in the next movie. I can do without her completely. She's a character that just stands there. She's a background character in the foreground. Don't do that. Just don't do that. All right, folks, we're going to go to a quick ad break and hear some podcast ads and some other stuff. We're going to come back to close the show right after this. I'm right there with you. I'd give it a 4.5. All right, folks, now to the break.
Hello, geeks and geekettes! Looking for a podcast that covers a vast array of topics? Then check out Altered Geek Unleashed, where we discuss our thoughts on this week's geeky news, tech, gaming, television shows, movies, cartoons, comics, and more. So, get altered, get geeky with the Altered Geeks. Every Friday on the Geekcast Radio Network.
Are you missing entertainment in your life? Welcome to Captain Ruggles Gaming. Whether it's guides, roleplay content, or our shenanigans with our collaborations with the 20 years standing strong Fart Clan, also known as Fast Action Response Team, or the Wrecking Crew, we have something for everyone. So join us when we traverse the cosmos of space games, survive the undead in zombie games, or just having fun in first-person shooters or random indie games. Visit us now at geekcastradio.com and youtube.com/@Captain Ruggles, or Google search Captain Ruggles Gaming. It's game time, and I'll see you out on the battlefield. Are you in need of what the heck did I just listen to? Are you in need of a laugh at the expense of the internet? Boy, do I have a treat for you. Here at Lyrically Audacious, we turn just about anything into music. Visit us now at youtube.com/@symbol Lyrically Audacious, all one word. So swing by, have a laugh. Stay lyrical, stay audacious here at Lyrically Audacious.
On the Simplistic Reviews podcast, we talk movies. We talk TV. We talk.
Hello, Julie, what the heck are you doing?
Trying to make our spots sound more exciting by adding explosions.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you could have got the point across with sound effects, not the real thing. Car.
Download the show on iTunes or at simplisticreviews.blogspot.com.
I'm sure your insurance company will cover that.
No, they won't.
No, they probably won't.
This is how I roll.
All right, folks, we are back here inside Studio 2009, only on the Geekcast Radio Network. Any final thoughts, anything you forgot to say, anything you want to say before I run through the closing, any kind of promotion you want to do for yourself or anything like that, sir?
No, I think I said everything.
Cool. Promotion?
Hoping to get back into some of my various podcast endeavors, the Cyber Dragon Ball Movie Week in Review, Altered Geek. Should have a new 3D printer here soon.
Cool.
So, yeah. So hopefully some video stuff of that.
Very cool. All right. Thank you for joining us here inside Studio 2009. If you'd like to get in contact with us or leave feedback for the show, there are several ways to do so. Visit the website geekcastradio.com, where you can also visit shop.geekcastradio.com and buy all of our stuff. What do you got in there? We got t-shirts and mugs and mouse pads?
T-shirts, mugs, hats. I don't think mouse pads.
Okay.
They don't have stuff like that. Most people don't use those anyway, so.
Really?
I don't know anybody that still uses a mouse pad. I haven't seen a mouse pad on somebody's desk at work or anywhere in ages. Because they're all wireless mice now. Like with the optical eye, they glide across any surface. There's no reason for a mouse pad. Like I don't even have one here on my desk.
I still buy a black 3-pack mouse pads from Amazon like every year and a half. Just to have them, even though I have a wireless mouse. Hey, but we got so much stuff over there, so visit that. You can send us email to feedback@geekcastradio.com. We are on all the podcatching platforms out there. You can follow us on Twitter at GeekCastRadio for the network, at It's Studio 2009 for the show. I am at TFG1Mike. Are you still using it, or have you abandoned it?
Abandoned what?
Twitter.
No, I still use it.
Oh, my God.
I find Blue Sky to be a waste of time, but that's a different story for a different day. So, yeah, my Twitter is at SCP21.
There you go. Join us over on Facebook, facebook.com/Geekcast Radio Network, as well as Studio 2009 podcast over there as well. Next time, we will be closing out this triple threat trilogy with Sonic the Hedgehog 3, Enter the Shadow. Okay, that's not a subtitle for the movie, I just added that, but that's that. For now, I am TFG1Mike with
Steve Megatron.
You'll hear us back in the studio soon.